What's up guys, Duke Sloth here doing a one-take video. This video is gonna cover something that a lot of people have requested, which is the current state of Bellona in terms of balancing. I'll just give my personal opinion on that, feel free to disagree. I'm not gonna argue too much about this because I think this topic has been run up and down often enough. Well, with that said, let's start with her current abilities. The passive now giving 4 protections and 3% movement speed, and has a max of 5 stacks lasting for 4 seconds. I think that's fine. It's still very good for chasing with the improved movement speed, increased movement speed she gets from attacking. In combination with Heavy Hammer, this is scary. With the next patch, we'll see a nerf to Heavy Hammer. So while this setup will probably still be viable, it won't be as scary anymore. I don't think we'll see too many Heavy Hammer starts on Bellona with the other items that are on the table then. Then again, the slow is still strong in combination with her extra movement speed, so we'll see. But I think even boots might actually end up giving you more movement speeds and other items have better stats. Shield Bash. Shield Bash is, in my opinion, still one of her problematic abilities. When it's focusing on attack speed, not only attack speed, but still building more attack speed than you'd expect from a warrior, even that one that is focused on attack speed, she gets a lot of block. And if you haven't noticed, this block is stronger than her heal when it comes to fighting or boxing hunters late game. They can't deal damage to her, and it reflects damage back to them, which is just scary. I think Shield Bash should see some kind of significant reduction. Probably reducing the amount that can be blocked, because right now it's just infinite. Or maybe decreasing the reflect, maybe removing the reflect altogether. And in the same regard, I'd say buff the Scorch again. Don't buff it to its old state, but give it something that makes it more viable to use with specific builds. I'm still for scaling it with either power or defense, rather power than defense, but at least some other stat that warriors have to build, and that would allow for a nerf of the one and would make both stances equally viable. Right now you're just gonna use the Scorch to, well, heal up outside of a fight, or when you're not fighting a physical guard, but against physical guards, the Shield Bash on the block that comes from it is just insane. This is very problematic for warriors as well, because they basically can't box her, with the exception of those who don't rely on auto attacks like Hercules. Her 2 is still very strong. It still has this ridiculous scaling, and if you build her on physical power, it chunks away your health. But I think that's okay. I know many people disagree, saying that even though it can be cancelled quite easily, it's still incredibly strong. And while I agree, I think it's okay that this ability is a strong part of her kit, because this is what she uses to burst, and it's up to you to dodge it or counterplay it, or just take the damage and see if you can still fight her afterwards. This is not what makes it impossible to box her. It makes it harder for you to gank her, because she actually profits from that a little bit, but it's not too bad. Therefore, I'd say the bludgeon is probably fine. What I find more problematic is the ultimate. The ultimate still has a fairly low cooldown with 55 on max rank, as an AoE ability with damage and a buff and a stun. It's a bit over the top. Especially because cooldown reduction makes it so much more easy to access and basically spam it pretty much. Kinda basically ending up on the same, nearly on the same cooldown as some other guards' normal abilities are without cooldown reduction. So yeah, to sum it up, I'd like to see a bigger nerf to the Shield Bash, a smaller nerf to Eagle's Rally, really just the cooldown, and a scaling buff to Scorch. I think that would make her balanced in terms of being able to fight well in lane, be very, very strong in 1v1 boxing, but still be fightable. Because right now the advice many people will give you is don't box Bellona. But even the best boxing gods like Nemesis and so on can always be fought if you play well. While with Bellona, if you end up playing certain guards, you just can't fight her. I like to name Chark, who can basically try to clear the wave, and that's about it. Which just shouldn't be the case. There should always be a chance to fight someone on equal level. And yeah, I really hope to see some encouragement to build different kinds of items on her, because like I said, as of now, attack speed is still way too viable. Otherwise, just going for straight up damage is kind of strong with her too. And there's not much flexibility in the builds that I really prefer to see over what we have right now. That's my take on Bellona. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this answers all the questions you had regarding this topic. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you next time. Leave a like, leave a sub if you feel like it. If you don't, I don't mind. It's a Sloth life after all. Duke Sloth, out.